Blessings and peace, beloved. Thank you for joining us once again for our Great Controversy Devotional series, where we are using the book Christ Triumphant that deals specifically with the issues that are contained in this great struggle between Christ and Satan. The devotional thought for today, March the 10th, is entitled, Angels Are Limited in What They Can Do for Us. And the scripture reading is Genesis chapters 19 and verse 1. And there came two angels to Sodom at even, and Lot sat in the gate of Sodom. And Lot, seeing them, arose up to meet them, and he bowed himself with his face toward the ground. Lot had been kept with Abraham's household, and he had become so molded that he had the same courteous spirit that Abraham manifested. These men, the angels, appeared just like other men when they came to Lot. And if a spirit of courtesy had not been cultivated by Lot, he might have perished with the rest of Sodom. So, beloved, imagine our blessings of preservation are linked to our attitude. Let's repeat that again. Our blessings of being preserved from the destruction that will happen around us will be linked to our attitude that we have towards other people, towards life, towards God. So if Lot did not have this very same spirit of courtesy that Abraham had, and it doesn't stop with Lot. It applied to Abraham. If Abraham did not have the spirit of courtesy, he would not have been able to receive the pronouncement of the promise from God or the pronouncement of the destruction from God regarding Sodom. So the spirit of courtesy was as a catchment, was as a net that was used to bring good things and to bring favor to Abraham and to bring favor to Lot. So you may ask, why don't you get the same favors that other people get in life? Are you not serving the same God? You may have to check your spirit of courtesy. Are you being courteous? Because courtesy opens up the door for blessings, and discourtesy closes it. If discourtesy or discourteous is a word, I believe. And so it's the spirit of courtesy that got Lot his blessing of preservation, beloved. This is important. So it's not simply the will of God, it's our attitude towards the will of God that will determine the blessings of God in our life, our attitude to the blessing. And so if we want the blessing, we must ourselves be blessed. Blessed, we must ourselves have an attitude of gratitude. So this spirit of courtesy is what preserved Lot, and this spirit of courtesy will preserve us. And so many people believe that the world hates them. So many people believe that society is so negative, when in actuality it is their personal, caustic, harsh, negative, pessimistic spirit. I've seen this with my own eyes, by and by, time and again. And so, beloved, it's the spirit of courtesy that is going to help us. It's the spirit of courtesy that preserves us. It's the spirit of courtesy, this attitude of gratitude that opens doors for us. And God's blessings will be poured upon us more and more if we are courteous, if we are grateful for what we already have, what God has already done. And this encourages God, this encourages others to do more and more for us, because we recognize the blessing. We invite the blessing and not the curse by our attitude, by our spirit of courtesy. The wickedness of the inhabitants of Sodom was so great that they would have abused the men who brought this message and were entertained by Lot. But angels of God protected Lot from being torn in pieces by the rabble that were outside his door. They smote them with blindness so that they could not find the door. After this exhibition of wickedness, the angels opened to Lot the object of their visit. They told Lot that if he had any sons or daughters in that place, to bring them out of the city. Again, beloved, the spirit of courtesy gives you advantages in this life from God and from men. So practice being courteous, and people will come and confide in you because they realize they know that you are not like the others, that you didn't put them off, you weren't standoffish, you were warm, you were inviting, and they feel now free and open to confide in you precious bits of information that will work to your advantage. There is a reward for being courteous. After this exhibition of wickedness, but all Lot was permitted to go to his relatives and to tell them that the city was to be destroyed and that they must flee from it. But all his entreaties and all his warnings were of no avail with them. They mocked at what they called his superstitious fears. Why? Here was Sodom just as it had been, and there was no evidence in anything their eyes beheld that led them to think that there was destruction before them. But the angel, as Lot returned, was in haste, and bade them flee out of Sodom. Lot was, as it were, stupefied at the thought that he must go without his property. He was livid. I must do what? And with only his wife and 2 children with him. So Lot now was faced with a choice, a decision. Shall I go out of here at square one? The angels, so the thought of being made at square one again in life at his advanced age did not hinder him, because he valued his salvation more than he valued his possessions. Lot was, as it were, stupefied at the thought that he must go without his property, and with only his wife and his 2 children with him. The angels laid hold upon them and led them out of the city. As soon as they were out of the city and on their way toward the mountain, the angels said to them, Flee for your life, and tarry not in all the plain. The command was, Look not behind you. Beloved, God is leading you in your life forward ever and backward never. The wife of Lot turned her eyes toward the city, looking for what she had left there. The curse of God came upon her, and she was turned into a pillar of salt that lost its savor, because she desired to be back in the position that God delivered her from in mercy. A pillar of salt that lost its savor, henceforth good for nothing but to be trodden under the foot of men. We can see that Lot made a mistake when he made his home in Sodom. The righteous do make mistakes, and this is one fundamental mistake that he made. But you and I are not to repeat the mistake of Lot. Let's learn from the mistake of Lot and not locate ourselves in the midst of Sodom. Here, he lost not only all his possessions, he lost all but 2 of his children. This is a lesson that we should take to heart. There may be very flattering openings for the children of God, but they must look on every side of the question before deciding. The very first question with every one of us should be, how will it be with my soul? Beloved, not every opportunity to make money is an opportunity for your soul to thrive. Okay, let's repeat that. Not every opportunity for you to make money will be an opportunity for your soul to thrive. And so Lot lost, and it was a fatal and a tragic loss. He lost his wife, he lost his children, all but 2 of his children, and he lost all that he had because he made a decision only about money. But we are called to make decisions based on more than money. We are called to make decisions based upon our eternal salvation. And so this is a fatal mistake of Lot. Let's not repeat Lot's mistake, but learn from his mistake and recognize that every opportunity may not be the best opportunity for you. You do not need to accept or take every opportunity, lest you lose your own soul. Have an overcomer's day today, beloved. Blessings and peace.